Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day or night, whatever the case may be for you. This will be your weekly reading for the week of August 10th through the 16th. And during that time, we'll have a waning gibbous moon. And a waning gibbous is a good time for self-reflection, rebirth, a time to make positive changes, but also to get rid of bad habits, negative thinking, and just take the time to work towards your goals and aspirations. So please keep the moon energies in mind as you move through your week. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Aquarius. So, of course, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. Your overall message for this reading, Aquarius: the energy is gaining momentum. Okay, let's see what you guys have going on for the week. As I'm shuffling, Aquarius, my weekly reminder for you is that you notice the world around you when it comes to synchronicities this week. And this could be repeating numbers that you see. This could be a song that you overhear, or a conversation, or an animal. You know, sometimes I will encounter an animal that I don't see every day. And if I have a situation going on in my life, I will maybe look up the attributes of that animal if I don't know what those are, and try to apply those attributes to the current situation that I'm dealing with. So that's just the way that I use those synchronistic messages, and I want to pass that information on to you. But always, once you start noticing those synchronistic things, it's almost like a secret language, and it's hard to unsee them or not see them. So, but you do have to kind of focus and practice at first. But that is just my weekly reminder for you. So without further ado, let's get into this reading. Aquarius, August 10th through the 16th. The energy is gaining momentum. All right. Your overall present situation is you're feeling like a bit of an outsider here with the Five of Pentacles. So, in what situation are you feeling like that? And is it pentacle related? Sometimes it can be that you're feeling just like you don't have enough money. You don't have the money that your friends do. Life seems a little easier for other people, and you're like, I don't have that kind of money. Take a breath. What a comparison is the thief of joy. Focus on what you are doing to make those improvements in your life, and don't compare. But it looks like you are kind of feeling like an outsider. We'll see what happens as these cards come along. Your current situation is the King of Swords. So you might be feeling like an outsider, but your intellect is just on point, and your speech is on point. You're very good at communicating what's going on. And your thought process is very, very logical. And that could lead to maybe feeling like an outsider. Not everyone is full of logic. So sometimes if you're feeling like this is very logical and other people are not seeing your point of view, you might just have to explain it a little bit better, because that doesn't always appear to others as it does when someone is having kind of a logical, very clear moment. Not everyone can get on the same page with you. You might just have to explain things a little bit more. At the root of your situation, okay, so we've got the Eight of Cups here. So it looks like you're kind of seeking, you're kind of, branching out here, and you might kind of exploring to see how you're making changes in your life. This could be exploring different things, but this could be exploring a job. This could be exploring where you live. It could, a lot of different things that could be happening, but it looks like that's what's going on for you right now, is that you're kind of, you've got a little bit of support at your back there, but you're just kind of figuring out where you're going to be, and doing those explorations. And that's fine. We all do that. What is just behind you is the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is, one of our cards of mystery, and cards of, it's definitely truth, but it's like intuitive truth. It's having a dream that kind of lays things out for you, or having an intuitive feeling, or watching those synchronicities from the universe. It's kind of like, something's there. You don't really know why you know it, but you know a thing. And that could be kind of what's leading to you feeling like an outsider when you feel like you know a thing. I mean, I do this a lot as an empath, is that, I know a thing without someone telling me a thing many, many times. And I don't really understand why and how that works. I mean, I've tried to study that about myself. How those empathic things come up. It'll definitely over time come to fruition. But I just know things. I just have that knowing. So you're coming into something, and maybe that could be making you feel a little bit like an outsider. It has me, when I feel like, doesn't everyone interpret the universe in the same way that I do? It took me years to realize that that's not really the case, that other people don't have that intuitive ability to just know a thing. Like, you meet a person and you have a feeling and you just know a thing about them, right? So but that intuition paired with logic could make you feel a little bit like an outsider. Like, it's logical. Don't you know that this is the way things are? No, not everyone. So make sure that you're understanding that you are uniquely you. Not everyone can do that, right? Not everyone can trust those intuitive feelings and apply logic to it. So let's see what energy here is gaining momentum. What's on your mind here is the devil. So some sort of false truth or something that has maybe come about. Maybe you're having a little bit of a lack of confidence as you seek out, what future, what direction you're wanting to go in. And maybe you're just feeling like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. This is the devil brings on self doubt, this kind of brings up our own insecurities, our own fears. This could be just a fear of success that you're having, right? So make sure that you understand that many times that's not you, that's the devil getting in your ear. And it can shake your confidence, of course. So try not to let it do that. Try to push those thoughts out and try to kind of move past those things and whatever that you're doing. What is just ahead of you is the Three of Swords here. So a little bit of disappointment. This can be, of course, a broken heart, but it's also air energy. It's sword energy. Even though it's going through your heart, it's almost like words that can cut through. So if you're feeling a little bit like an outsider, you might have some words that come in. There might be just a really good reason why you're feeling like that. That maybe someone has said something and it just kind of made you a little bit sad. But don't let this totally shake you. I just get this feeling that something's on the horizon for you. You're really out there seeking something. You're seeking your ultimate happiness, how you're going to be in the world. And don't let those words get to you. Don't let this stuff, you kind of need to fight some of this stuff off, and you need to learn how to just swat it away and stick to those things that you really know intuitively. In your advice position is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is maybe taking action on some new materially related thing. This could be related to your job. This could be a new job for some. This could be a promotion for some. This could be making extra money on the side for some of you, but it could also be some action in your living situation, your living space. Maybe you're living in one place and you're going to move to another place. Maybe you've found a different living situation and you're going to make a change there, but it's something with your material world and some sort of action involved there. So, and your advice is to go for it. Whatever kind of opens up for you, maybe it is a good change. Don't let this fear of, the self-doubt and that fear the devil puts in you falsely, but also these words, and this, maybe these words have led to this change for, your change in job or change of your living situation. And go ahead and move to the future where you're going to be better and more comfortable and happier. What is beyond your control this week is, really thinking about, look at this Ten of Pentacles. This is our card of long-term wealth security. This is just generational. Also, if you look, it's the Tree of Life on there and the Pentacles. I love that. But this is kind of happy family, happy, in your family. It could even mean your friends. There's just, you have people around you. You've got some kind of support system around you, and that's really good. And they're going to support you through whatever it is you're going through. So make sure you're opening up to those people and reaching out. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid, is the Hierophant. So is it your desire to seek guidance right now? Maybe you're just feeling not your most secure. That might be why you're at a tarot reading right now, is that you're online like, oh, somebody tell me what the heck is going on in my life. Let me straighten this out, which is exactly what tarot does. It doesn't tell you anything about your future, but it does kind of straighten out the present and give you some insight to maybe what's going on with you and how to react to it in the moment, or how to move to a more positive place. But seeking out guidance is it's either your secret desire or you're trying to avoid it. And this could be, maybe again, listening to tarot readings or reading a book, or maybe you're going to go to a church service, but it's seeking guidance in the spiritual realm. That's just something that you need help with. So ask yourself, are you trying to do that, or are you avoiding trying to get that kind of guidance right now? And you may need that kind of guidance. But really, either way, it's your decision. You either seek that out or you don't. And that's kind of your big question of the week is, are you going to avoid that, or are you going to, is that your secret desire? In your outcome position is the King of Pentacles. So look at all these pentacles. You've got the King of Swords with your logic. That's very just knowledgeable about logic, but you're also very knowledgeable about whatever manner in which you either collect your pentacles, collect money, or kind of how the world works in the material realm. Again, like there's some sort of action here, and the action is going to lead to something better long term, which I really like. Let's see if I don't see anything numerologically really going on here for you this week, but some sort of energy is gaining momentum. And I almost, like I said, for some of you, I get the feeling that it's about moving, that it could be a new job situation, but more than that, I'm just getting that, is it time to move? And maybe there were words exchanged. This might be like a roommate situation or something, that you're living with some people, and maybe it's not quite what you thought it was. If that makes sense to some of you, it will. Let's see what the Soul Oracle deck says. And that could be why this is this some kind of energy. It could be negative energy that's actually gaining momentum, that you're like, ugh, let's get out of this situation and get to a better space. So if you need to do that, make sure that you do that. All right. Final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Make no judgments. So if this is some sort of negative energy, that could be the case. It is what it is. You don't really need to make judgments about it. You just need to remove yourself from the situation. I forgot to see what's hidden from you this week. Bottom of the deck, hidden for you. Of course, this card appears because this card has appeared in almost every reading this week. I guess this will be my star card of the week. But the Seven of Swords, which is, this can be cunning, craftiness, theft, hidden agenda. That's hidden from you. So whatever is going on, it seems like it's not hidden. It's kind of out in the open, and there is no hidden agenda. And we're not going to make judgments. It just is what it is. And if you have to make changes in your life because of it, just go ahead and do that. That's all you can do. Sometimes that's just the way things go. Let's see what you need to do, Aquarius, in the way of self-care this week. Self-care for Aquarius. How can they take care of themselves as they're moving through? This might be a little bit disruptive for you, just a little bit. Growth is the card that comes out for you. Evolution starts when you leave your comfort zone. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So, yeah, I do get the feeling for many of you, this is about moving for some reason. A lot of times Pentacles can be about a job, but I think and let me tell you the story that's kind of just coming to me, is that maybe there were some words exchanged. You're living somewhere where people maybe live differently than you. We're not going to make judgments. We're just going to say, you know what, I'm out. This is not really for me. I'm going to take some action and move towards getting somewhere where I'm happier. And that energy that's gaining momentum, I just get the feeling it's not positive energy. That's kind of negative, that they're going to be like, yeah, you need to go. So for some of you, that's definitely going to be the case. If that's you, drop me a comment. And if you're comfortable sharing, let me know. Is that something that went on with you? But you intuitively know that something needs to change here. This is not where you're supposed to be. So go ahead and make those changes, and you'll get to a place where you're happier. And, this is you evolving. You've got to, it's probably more comfortable to stay where you are. Maybe it's getting uncomfortable, but you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's how change happens. That's how we all change and grow. So, Aquarius, I really appreciate your time here with me today. I do hope there was something you can take away and use in this reading positively in your own life. Of course, drop me a comment again if you're comfortable sharing. Let me know what it is that you're going through. Did you have like a weird roommate situation going on, or living situation, or something that's been uncomfortable that you're having to make changes with? Drop me a comment and let me know. I do post readings every week, so come back next week and we'll see if this energy continues or if there's something completely new here for you. Also, if you like my reading style, I would love it if you would like and subscribe and even comment on my videos. It just pushes me up in the algorithm. And of course, as a new YouTuber, I really appreciate that kind of help that you would give me. But also, Aquarius, more importantly, it'll help you find me next week. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next time, Aquarius. Bye-bye.